What's up, babes? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kay and this is Crown Baller. We're gonna hop straight into this video because baby, it's time. It's time. We're overdue, and as you can see by the look on my face, baby, we're ready to get this head done. So as you can tell from the title, we are doing another flip over sew in. Now the flip over quick weaves have literally taken the internet by storm, but I am more of a sew in girly, so I'm showing you babes another version of the flip over sew in using not curly hair but wavy hair with my natural hair. So I'm starting off with separating my hair in the front, and I'm not doing any hair in the back just because I want to minimize all of the hair that I'm leaving out. So I'm just going to leave a little bit around my perimeter in the front, and then I'm just going to continue to braid my hair all the way around. Now this braid pattern is completely up to you. I like to do a braid in the front going along my perimeter and then a braid in the back so that my hair in the back is nice and braided up, and then to fill in that space I just do some straight backs. Just prefer this braid pattern for me, but you can do what you like. So after, of course, we have to grease the scalp, oil the scalp, get all the anti-itch we can because we're putting on a net. Now the net again is also an option for you. I prefer to use a net just because I like to squeeze as much hair on my head as possible. So that allows that, especially if you have thin hair like me, it just helps you to add all the hair in instead of relying on those braids. And it also allows you to not put so much tension on your hair. So here are the bundles that I did. I dyed them with some L'Oreal High Color Copper and Sizzling Copper, and I attempted to put in all of this hair. Some of it is cut up because I used some of it in like quick weaves and stuff. So if you see just a bunch of random pieces, that's what it is. But I tried to get the longest pieces together first and then go with, the scattered pieces. Okay. So the first bundle that I used, I went ahead and doubled just because, again, I'm using as much as possible or as much as I can. So doubling that track or the first two tracks, depending on how many bundles you have, definitely allows you to fit more hair in your head. But as you get closer to the front, you're definitely going to want to single weft. So as you can see, I'm already on bundle number 2, or the the pieces of number 2, and I am sewing along my perimeter. So I'm going in a horseshoe shaped motion, but I'm making my horseshoe wide, if that makes sense. I'm bringing my bundles all the way around to the front of my braids, or the front of that net, but I'm keeping them straight because you guys are going to see how the pattern is going to follow. I know there are a lot of questions with making sure that your flip over track is definitely flat. So you guys see me just flip over the track. My weft is still doubled, and what I'm doing to secure that and make sure it's nice and flat is just going through with my needle several times and knotting it several times. So that's going to ensure that you have flatness, as you can see right there, versus humps, lumps, and dumps. So here are my first 2 bundles in, and the hair is so pretty. This is raw hair. I'll have a review for this hair soon, so just keep on the lookout for that, for the update on this hair. But yeah, I'm just continuing this pattern along until I get to the very top of my head, and I want to come to a like smaller horseshoe motion, but I'm still making sure that I bring the tracks all the way to the edge of that net and flip it back as close as possible to the last one, just because when we have this flip over part, you will see the closer the wefts are together, the more seamless the flip over will be. So just trust me when I say keep that thing tight and right. Okay. We talking about the tracks. Keep your mind together. I'm working on bundle number 3, and like I said, I like to squeeze as much hair as possible, and especially into my flip over sew-ins or my curly sew-ins, just because I love a lot of hair. And when you have longer lengths as well, you know sometimes you have to put more bundles in your head. This hair is 28 inches. Well, I should say was 28 inches, and I've cut it. This is probably like my 5th install using this hair. So I've cut it several times to make sure that it, is even at the end, and, maybe some light layers in there. So It's probably at this point 26 or 24, honestly. But I actually had a 22-inch bundle in there too to make it more full, which we will see at the end. Y'all, I promise I try to squeeze as much hair on my head as possible, just because I don't like thin looking hair. Like, nothing about my weave normally is natural looking, okay? As I am drinking this bubble tea that is absolutely amazing. But I'm coming to my horseshoe. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like around there. So I'm gonna close this off a little bit more and make it more skinny, but I just wanted to share my progress with you all. This is what you want your hair to look like. I know there's a lot of tutorials on how to do a flip over method. This is just my method, so you can go with however you want. I'm really following Ivy's method, and maybe just putting my own spin onto it. But yeah, I followed the horseshoe all the way around my head and made sure that the tracks came to the very, very front. And I'm gonna continue to flip my tracks in a line vertically until I get to a small enough patch where I want to begin to do them horizontally. Okay, so I've come to my little small horseshoe that you guys can see. It's very tiny. So now I'm going to begin to lay my tracks horizontally, which is going to be in a straight line across this little line patch thing, whatever we want to call it. So what this is going to do is help to cover up my little horseshoe part, and then we're going to come, when we get to the very front, we're going to like close the whole thing up with a couple tracks. Now normally the Ivy's flip over method that I follow is when you have the smaller tracks in the front going like vertically again, but I decided against that this time just because I am using straight hair instead of curly. Honestly, I don't know if that's the excuse, but this is what I'm saying because I feel like this is what I was thinking in the video. So I'm just using some small little pieces of cut track that fit exactly in that space, and I'm gonna just sew those down. I didn't really want the hassle of sewing down a whole bunch of little bitty tracks, to be honest with you. So this was a little bit better for me and easier and a little bit more seamless and flat, again, because we are using more of straight texture versus the curly texture that would kind of cover up where those little tracks are. So this is just what I decided to do again in this method, and honestly it worked for me. I love a flip over method. I literally am obsessed with Ivy's flip over method. It has literally taken the internet by storm, but y'all are a little bit late to the party if you're just not getting into it, because Ivy has been popping since, I don't even know, like 6, 7, 8 years ago, and that's when the girls really who knew YouTube was on there. This is before Instagram was popping. This was before TikTok and whatever, it don't stop. Before all of that, Ivy was popping on YouTube with this method. So I've been obsessed with it ever since, just because it's super seamless. You don't have to have that much hair out, and it's just a super easy protective style. So I've been obsessed with this. I hope this video kind of helps with the beginners, because I try to break it down as much as possible. But yeah, so I ended up just using like 2 or 3 pieces to cover up that little space of those shortcut tracks, and she's done after that. Once she's sewed all the way on, you want to make sure those pieces are sewn like really good. And yeah, that's it. So you can see how she's moving. She's flowing. You can flip her one way, you can also flip her the other way. Like, it's just a super versatile hairstyle. So I went ahead and beat my face. I did have to go to a game. Y'all, I'm a part-time coach too when I'm in the country. So I was getting ready for a game, and so I wanted to finish up this video after I finished my face. So I'm just kind of prepping my natural hair. Now, here is the only thing with using straighter hair textures with this flip over method is the heat, because I love the curly hair with the flip over because you don't have to put any heat on your hair. However, if you're using a straighter texture, obviously you have to blend your hair. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using my hot comb. Of course, I put some heat protectant on there because we're protecting our natural tresses at all cost. Okay, this is a protective style. We're protecting all of us. Praise God. So I just wanted to show you, how versatile it actually is. I wasn't sure how I wanted to style it. I was really cutting short on time, so I was really going to put it in a half up, half down, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I want to show you guys my new little waver. My hair was already wavy, but I wanted to just try out my new tool. Y'all, I found this at the thrift store, and I've been wanting a crimper or a waver for the longest time, and I just haven't been able to get it for whatever reason. Honestly, I just haven't tried. And one day I went to the thrift store and I found one. Child, I was so geeked. I found it for $5. Super geeked. And it worked. Plugged it in before I left the store. So I don't know what brand this is, if I'm being honest. I think it's like Hot Tools brand, if that's a brand. But yeah, I found this waver. It's super nice. I will say, I showed you guys that I was using the Eben Active in a red can. I switched to using the Got to Be Glue because I felt like it just stayed a little bit better. The crimps or waves stayed a little bit better. But I was rushing also, so I didn't really have enough time to hold that waver on as long as I needed to, as long as I wanted to. But it gave us what we needed to give. You'll see the outcome at the end once I finish my whole head. But I think it came out super, super cute. This hair is wavy hair naturally, but I just wanted to use this new tool. I was really thirsty to use it, and I think it really came out cute, like super cute. Now, I did want crimps and not waves, but I think it did its job. It did what it needed to do for what it did, like, honestly, like. And I'm gonna try it again to see, when I have more time, because again, I was rushing. I know you can't see that, but I was really rushing as I'm hot. That's how you know when you're rushing, you get hot, because you're trying to move real fast. That's what I was doing. So yeah, the hairstyle came out really, really cute. I definitely prefer to use the Got to Be over the Eben, but I want to try it again just to see for sure if I like it. I didn't really want to put as much product on my head, but that just helped the crimps and like waves stay a little bit longer and like more crisp, because we need crisp waves. Yeah, but it was super cute. Let me know what you babes think down in the comment section below. This color, I dyed my bundles with the L'Oreal High color. Again, it was the color Sizzling Copper and just regular copper together. Sorry, that's what I dyed my natural hair in. I used the French Cognac and Copper Adore dye to just pop the color up, because it was dyed that before, but it kind of faded out. So I just kind of, made it more vibrant with those two Adore colors, and it came out really cute. But let me know what you babes thinks about this style. Let me know how you feel about it and all the things. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, and if you're not doing so already, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, if you haven't done so already, like, what are you doing? Like, what are we here for? I use some Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine to just give it that shine. But yeah, this is the final look. Gave it a little spray. And yes, honey, this is how she came out. You can't tell me this isn't my natural hair, period. Of course, if you're interested, all of the product I use will be down in the description box below. But thank you, babe, so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on the next one. Give me a kiss. Mwah.